I have in a sense done a full circle. I used to base my morality on nothing more than empathy, pure, unreasoned, emotional empathy. Pure, unreasoned empathy, of course, let me down in debates and discussions as it lacked a solid foundation in rationality. I began making rational assessments of the coherence, consistency, and validity of my moral views and their underlying foundations. I wanted my views to be founded on something more than pure emotion. If they were purely subjective and emotional, then they cannot really be proven to be any better than the views of my greatest opponents. So I started to look more into moral ideas and started building a more golden rule-aligned reciprocal moral system. I wanted to construct a system even unempathetic, uncompassionate, and unkind people would be incentivized to get behind. I wanted to build my moral thinking off of self-interest. This eventually led me back to the place I started, much to my surprise. Empathy. This time, however, the empathy was not pure, unreasoned emotion. It was rational empathy, rational compassion, and irrational kindness. These emotions, you see, are in the interest of all. Promoting them is in the interest of all, as living in the most empathetic, kind, and compassionate society possible is in everyone's rational self-interest. Propagating these emotions is something that should be taken into account with every ethical decision. Immorality in pursuit of our material interest is unjustified, so long as it does significant harm to our interests of existing in the most empathetic, kind, and compassionate society possible. Empathy, kindness, or compassion is enough of a reason to justify or condemn any act or person, as it is in everyone's rational self-interest to propagate these emotions and behaviors to the greatest extent possible in our society. These emotions lead to good outcomes for people, including you, meaning you should seriously consider the capacity of an act to maximize or minimize the presence of these emotions in your society. The promotion of empathy, kindness, and compassion can be done through everything from practicing it to promoting arguments such as this one. Empathy, you see, is an emotion, but it can have a rational basis as a justification or condemnation of an act, as the promotion of empathy has an integral place in the self-interest of every member of society, meaning it has an integral place in the moral system that is designed to serve that collective self-interest. Promoting empathy is moral, and it is rational. Morality and rationality are dragged closer again. Whether immorality is inherently irrational is, in my view, one of the greatest moral questions. Through reasoning, we can uncover the reality of the situation. My conclusion here is simply that empathy, kindness, and compassion are not baseless emotions. They are emotions that we have a rational interest to promote, as promoting them is in the interests of everyone who wants to live in a highly moral social society, which is, in my view, what every rational actor should want. Every rational actor has a moral duty to promote empathy for the sake of everyone, including, most importantly, themselves.